Welcome to Firefighting in Canada this week. I'm Brianna Charlebois, and today's edition is brought to you by VFIS of Canada, a division of CVIS Incorporated, Canada's largest insurer of firefighters. This week, fire officials in Wingham, Ontario are reminding residents to stop running into burning buildings. Then, firefighter and police unions in London, Ontario are chipping in to help replace a long-gone playground at a low-income school. And in our latest podcast of Firefighting in Canada, sponsored by Draeger, we hear from the president of the Fire Chiefs Association of British Columbia, Dan Derby, on the roles of emergency management in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. Wingham, Ontario officials are asking residents to stop running into burning buildings. The warning comes after 2 people ran into a burning building in the span of 3 weeks. An employee of a farm-based business returned to work to pick up tools when he noticed the business was on fire. Officials told CTV he ran into the building and suffered injuries due to smoke inhalation. In February, 2 people reportedly also ran into a burning home. They made it out without injury, but the fire prevention officers said they were lucky. In response, the fire department took to Twitter and said, "We can't stress enough to stay out of smoke-filled structures." London's police and firefighter unions joined the fundraising efforts to replace the playground at Lord Elgin Public School. Lord Elgin is a very low-income area in London, with 98% of its children coming from 2 public housing buildings. Ontario schools commonly fundraise in their communities. Fundraiser organizers had a $20,000 target when they launched their GoFundMe page for the project in December. It raised only $1,000 in 3 months. The London Free Press published a story about the fundraiser in mid-March, and organizers told the paper that it gained much more attention. The day after they published, they increased their goal to $54,000. The London Police Association and the London Fire Association each contributed $1,000. On our latest Firefighting in Canada podcast, we hear from Fire Chief Dan Derby about the roles of emergency management in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. Derby is the president of the Fire Chiefs Association of British Columbia. He is also the regional fire chief for Kootenay Boundary Regional Fire Rescue. He explained fire services are leaning on health officials to take the lead during the pandemic. He said this has been an opportunity for various entities in both the emergency response field and in governments to work together.
And pandemic offers some unique challenges. In the fire service, we're very good at making decisions and taking direction and a very structured approach to incident command. And here we are now blending health authorities into the lead of the discussion. And now our province and the federal government is also providing that oversight and direction. And so it's a real time for us to morph and learn and grow on how we support our communities.
As the president of the Fire Chiefs Association, he also noted that they are not telling members how to deliver their service, but are trying to provide accurate and up-to-date resources and information so they can make decisions in their own community. He encourages members to reach out, use the resources available, and reevaluate what's important.
The one thing I'm telling our members as I'm speaking with them is that this is changing, just like any incident we go to where we make a decision and then we make another one because we've got new information. It's the same thing on a totally different scale. And we're not necessarily seeing the fire behavior that would challenge us to make a new decision. But what we have to do is trust that when something comes down from the health authority, from the province, from the federal government, that it's well thought out, it's the direction we require, and it's a decision that's made, and we need to respect and implement it.
For the full podcast, visit firefightingincanada.com or subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. This is Annex Business Media's Niche TV. Thanks again to VFIS of Canada, a division of CVIS Incorporated, Canada's largest insurer of firefighters. Stay tuned for our next episode on Friday, April 3rd.